What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'll be giving you my Game Week 17 Premier League predictions. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham are on a bad run of form, losing 3 out of their last 4 games, but seem to have turned the tide by beating Newcastle United 4-1. Forest are also on a bad run of form, losing 4 out of their last 5 games, but fought hard to get a draw against Wolves. Going into this game, Spurs have a few players out by injury, but I think that they have too much for Forest and will win 3-1. Bournemouth versus Luton. Bournemouth had a comfortable victory over the weekend by beating Man United 3-0. Luton fought hard but lost 2-1 to champions Man City. Both teams had impressive performances over the weekend and will be confident going into this game. I think that it will be a very entertaining game, but Bournemouth will win 4-2. Chelsea versus Sheffield United. Chelsea's shaky start to the season continued by them losing 2-0 to Everton. Sheffield got an unexpected 1-0 victory at Brentford. Chelsea have been very unpredictable this season, but I think that they will turn up for this game and win 2-0, with 2 goals coming from Palmer. Man City versus Crystal Palace. Man City have only won 1 out of their last 5 games, which included a terrible performance against Unai Emery's Aston Villa, who restricted them to only 2 shots on target. Crystal Palace played well over the weekend but were unlucky when they lost 2-1 to Liverpool. Man City have been vulnerable this season, and it seems that if you stick to a good game plan, any team in the Prem could beat them. This may not be as one-sided as many people predict, because let's not forget that Palace have had some success over City over the past few seasons. I predict that this will be a very tight game and Palace will hold City to a 2-2 draw. Newcastle United versus Fulham. Newcastle played poorly over the weekend when they lost 4-1 to a struggling Spurs. Fulham seems like a completely new team since their 4-3 defeat to Liverpool. They have won 5-0 in consecutive games, which is extremely impressive. This is shaping up to be a very entertaining game, with both teams possibly getting European football if they continue the way they are playing. Both teams are confident at the moment and will go into this game guns blazing. I think that this will be a very dramatic game ending 4-4. Burnley versus Everton. Everton have been on fire ever since they had that unfair 10 points deduction. They had impressive victories over the likes of Chelsea and Newcastle. Burnley have had a mixed bag of results, losing 3 out of their last 5 games, but somehow managing to beat Sheffield United 5-0. Everton have been on a different level to Burnley this season. That's why I think that they do not have enough firepower to get past Everton and will lose 3-2. Arsenal versus Brighton. Arsenal have had an excellent start to this Premier League season and are currently in second position in the table. They are on a good run of form, winning 4 out of their last 5 games. Brighton have had a bit of a drop-off since last season. This is going to be an interesting game, but I think that Arsenal will just edge it 1-0. Brentford versus Aston Villa. Unai Emery has really transformed Aston Villa this season, which allowed them to dominate the likes of champions Man City and other big teams like Arsenal and Spurs. Villa was so dominant against City that they only allowed them to get 2 shots on target. They are exceeding everyone's predictions of them and are currently in a title race. They will be facing Brentford, who are currently on a poor run of form, losing 4 out of their last 5 games. I feel that Aston Villa have too much for Brentford to handle and they will beat them 3-1. West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham have fallen off a bit this season, but currently are in a respectable 9th position. They had an embarrassing weekend, losing 5-0 to Fulham, but prior to that they were on a good run of form. Wolves are having an average season and are currently in 13th position. This will be a highly contested match, but I think that this will end 2-1 to Wolves. Now let's move forward to talking about the most anticipated fixture of this weekend, and probably the most anticipated fixture in world football, Manchester United versus Liverpool. Last season, Liverpool had a severe drop-off in form, and as a result, they did not qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Through the management of Erik ten Hag, Man United managed to finish in the top 4 in the Premier League and qualify for Champions League football. Man United have had a very poor start to this season. They are currently in 6th position in the Premier League, and as I am recording this video, they have been knocked out of the Champions League by Bayern Munich. Someone who has contributed to this bad run of form by Man United is Andre Onana. His poor performances in the Champions League has caused Man United's exit. A large reason for Liverpool's fall in form last season was the aging midfield. This season, with the signings of McAllister, Szoboszlai, Endo and Gravenberch, they seem to have revamped the midfield and are a force to be reckoned with. Going into this game, both teams have important players missing. Liverpool have had a lot of success over Man United over the past few seasons by winning games by a large margin. Some of these games include 5-0, the 4-0, and last season's incredible 7-0. Erik ten Hag knows that this is an important game for him because if he loses, his job at Man United may be over. I think that Man United will put in a good performance this weekend, but I think that Liverpool have just too much for them to handle and that they will win 3-2. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and please give me your predictions down in the comments below.